I would have been so disappointed with this episode if it didn't have a Terminator reference. Hey everybody, this is David, and today I'm going to be talking about Legends of Tomorrow, Season 1, Episode 12, Last Refugee. And I'm gonna say this was a really fun episode. I think I really enjoyed this one a lot. I don't know if this is my favorite episode, but it's definitely up there. Definitely in the top three, maybe, of this season. I think I really enjoyed it a lot, and I'm going to tell you why right now. First, we have the heroes going back in time and rescuing Heatwave, aka Mick, and what he burned down his parents' house and I guess murdered them, and takes them in. And I really love the interaction with Mick and his younger self. I thought there was some really great character moments with him and some really emotional moments too. I think Mick really had a lot of great moments with his younger self, and I like the conversation, especially there at the very end of the episode, that he had with his younger self about like, don't blame yourself, man. I mean, trying to hopefully kind of changing his younger self's opinion on his life, and hopefully trying to encourage him to have a better one than what he went through in his own personal life. Will that change anything? I doubt it. But at least it gave us some really nice moments. Another character that got some really nice moments was Jackson. I felt Jackson really had some great moments with his father. That his father was killed before he was even, or before he became a man, I guess. And they had some really nice talks together, and I was actually kind of wondering if they would have revealed, because it looks like Jax really wanted to at first, right? That he would have revealed that he's from the future and he is his son. Part of me, whenever they do time travel shows or movies or whatever, I like it when they kind of reveal themselves, even though it might mess up time. And I think this episode we might see consequences there. What happened there at the end, because Jax told his father, "Hey, be careful on this specific day." And I don't know about you guys, but if something does change now because of that, this could have some ramifications down the road, maybe. So I'm just saying we should remember some of this stuff in this episode, because I think a lot of this might play out in upcoming episodes. This episode definitely had a real Terminator vibe going, because we had this assassin hired by the Time Lords to go out and kill each individual character before they became heroes, right? Either when they were very young, like babies. I really like the when Canary and Sarah and Kendra went to go see Baby Snart. I thought that was pretty funny and enjoyable. Even when who was it now? That it was Mick and Rip that went to go kidnap baby Dr. Stein, right? They had to trick their parents, and Mick is like, "Hey, I heard you wanted a doctor," and it's like they never even called the doctor. They just had a baby right now. This episode was full of jokes. I'm gonna tell you, I really had a great time with it. I thought there were some really funny moments, whether they were intentional or not. I think I had a great time with it. I think they were intentional, and yeah, I had a great. I think it was really funny, the whole episode. There was one specific thing when Mick was telling his younger self, "I'm gonna kill you." Like, oh my god, if you kill him, you're dead. It's like there were moments like that like it was funny. I liked it. I think we even got a lot of really great in-depth on the characters themselves, a little bit on their past. Specifically with Rip, we got a lot from that. We get to see his childhood, where he was at one point. We get to meet his mother, for crying out loud, which was really cool. Something I wasn't expecting. I even really liked Lance's cameo, Detective Lance. We got to see him with a full head of hair, because he's been bald for the last two seasons of Arrow, so it's been nice to see him with hair. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what he looks like with hair. I was kind of thinking to myself, would we see Sarah finding out that Laurel is dead? But this was before Laurel or this was before Sarah had even become Black Canary. So it's still kind of bothering me that Sarah hasn't found out yet that Laurel is dead. I mean, I get why, because she's still on this mission that's going on, but I am curious, when is Sarah going to find out that Laurel is dead? Because that is something huge that has happened on Arrow that I think Sarah needs to find out. I mean, yeah, because it's her family, man, and this is, I get that she's on this time ship, but I would have thought that she would have checked in on her family by now, but especially with that little interaction with Detective Lance at the very end there, which kind of had me guessing, like, I don't think Detective Lance, like, needed to be there. Like, they could have just dropped young Sarah, teenage Sarah off at the same time they abducted her, right? Or around the same time, and then she could have just told some lie to Lance. But no, but it was a nice moment between father and daughter, so I'm like, okay, fine. I think that's what they wanted to have here. So I let that slide. We also have Kendra and Ray dealing with some relationship issues. You know, Kendra's feeling cold feet because Ray asked her to marry him, and she doesn't know if she wants to because of what her other self said back in the Old West. And, you know, this is the CW drama for you. What can you expect? I actually thought, didn't they deal with this like last week? Now they're still dealing with it. I don't know. Sometimes this relationship stuff is some of my least favorite stuff about these type of shows, you know? Although I like the Ray and Kendra relationship, I just wish they would make up their mind whether they're going to be together or not be together. And it seems like maybe they're going to be together. They're planning. Kendra accepted Ray's proposal at the end, but I have a feeling we're gonna get something thrown in their way. Like we're gonna have Carter come back somehow. I have a feeling, because I think the producers have even hinted that we might see Carter again in a different timeline, and I think that's going to throw a wrench in Kendra and Ray's relationship. It's just a gut feeling. I could be wrong. Maybe Carter will come back and actually give Kendra his blessings. So I hope that actually happens, rather than Carter saying, Kendra, you're cheating on me? Like, come on. If you're dead, let her have a little fun while you're gone. I mean, you'll be back together in the next life. So with all that being said, guys, I'm giving this episode an 8.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed it, guys. I thought it was a lot of fun. Minor nitpicks here and there. Nothing that really bothered me all too much. Like that Lance thing I mentioned earlier. But other than that, you know, I thought it was a really fun episode. Really enjoyable. I would have given it a 9, but I didn't feel it deserved that 9 yet. But yeah, this definitely... If this is how the show had started from the beginning, I think the show would have been a lot more stronger right now. But unfortunately, they started with an average episode, but it's been really building nicely. If you're someone that stopped watching Legends of Tomorrow, go back and check it out, because believe me, the show has gotten better and it's really entertaining and it's worth it, I think. I think DC is good, especially with this CW universe that they've created, and I can't wait to see where the Legends go next, because next week's episode looks really good. So if you're a fan of Legends of Tomorrow, subscribe to my channel, because I talk about every episode, and I'll most likely do it next season as well, because I'm having so much fun talking about Arrow and The Flash and this show as well. Like this video if you agree with me. Don't dislike it, because that button sucks. And follow me on Twitter and Facebook. And until next time, guys, take care.